Odell's behavior, including his infamous boat party, ruffled a lot of feathers last year. Should the Giants still be concerned about his decision-making?
No, he's immature, but he's a wide receiver. I'm okay with it. I always go down to plus-minus. If you added 3 Giants that were as talented as him and as immature, would they be better? Yeah. If I had one at corner, if I had a pass rusher, Odell, and a left tackle, and they were all immature, I'd be like, I'd take it. That doesn't always work that way with talent. If you said 4 Vontaze Burficts, I'd be like, I don't want to have 13 penalties. So not all immature players can multiply well. But I think most of his stuff is sideline, off-field, immature, can live with it, doesn't affect wins and losses. I'm okay with it.
I think Odell's calling this fake news or saying it's certainly being mischaracterized. Yeah. He was in a nightclub. He and Westbrook, same place. And perhaps for a short period, who knows, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, they were in some sort of dance battle. The issue is, though, if your ankle's too bad to play football, should you be at a nightclub? You know,
all right.
Let me just finish. We had this issue when I was in college. Our star tight end couldn't play in the second half of a game, but that night he's at a Kappa Alpha Psi party in the step line, and we were pissed off about it. So,
okay. All right, let's be clear. We keep calling this a nightclub. If it really was at Catch, if that's true, Catch is not a nightclub; it's a restaurant. They play music.
Do they dance?
No. So if it's a complete restaurant. It's not a club. I've been to the one in New York, and I've been to one in LA. It's not. So maybe there was some music playing, and maybe they got up and did a fake little dance battle. I have no problem with that.
If I said to you, if you, Kristine, you had a high ankle sprain.
Right.
And I said, Kristine walked
I did have a high ankle sprain, and I could dance.
But if you had a high ankle sprain, and I said, Kristine walked up a long flight of stairs, how do I know that's not worse than dancing for 12 seconds at Catch?
I'm just trying to figure out who's in a restaurant and sees another professional athlete and says, let's dance.
Why not? Wait, but it's him and it's Westbrook. Of
Guys,
course they're going to dance.
This isn't about dancing. This is about his growing celebrity. You know, with fame comes increased scrutiny. A lot of people have more eyes on you. TMZ cameras are following you everywhere. Do you want your wide receiver being that guy?
Who cares?
Where everybody's fault. Well, maybe the locker room does. His GM has told him to grow up. Last year, his coach said that. His quarterback, who's won, I believe, 2 Super Bowls, they're all telling him to grow up. I just would be concerned if this was your #1 player on the team. He's the biggest celebrity. He's hanging out with all these Drake and all these ballers.
Why is that a problem?
Because then he's got to go in the locker room, Kristine, and the offensive line tells him, hey, cut that out. And he's got to be like, who are you to tell me?
They don't. And
I got the biggest Nike contract in the NFL.
You know
They're my bosses, not the Giants.
Immaturity
I'm more
never helps
concerned
teams, generally.
with the guy pulling another woman's shirt down. That's the decision-making that makes me
That's a good point.
Like, a guy that... I didn't like the boat party thing, but I can deal with it. He wants to dance. Go ahead. It's not happening on the field.
What about the
fact,
happening
on the sidelines?
That it's always all about him? The boat party, the punching a hole in the wall.
But that's
the day of, I believe, preseason, he comes out, I want to be the highest paid player in the NFL. It always is about him proposing to a kicking net on the sideline. I just don't know that I want that on my team.
It takes a certain level of narcissism to be as successful at a position like receiver.
Like Terrell Owens. I mean, maybe that's what they're getting.
No, there's some truth to that. I just can't get over. You see someone at a restaurant. You're saying it's a restaurant.
It is.
And, you know, let's dance. I mean, maybe I'll see you at Buffalo Wild
Wings.
Wings.
The dancing. Come on,
maybe it was Westbrook walks in and Odell gets up and they do a handshake and they start dancing for 20 seconds. And that's what it was.
When I take you to Maestro's, are we going to dance off?
I'm not going to dance. A little dark in there for me. I will say this.
Music.
Listen, here's what we know is true, and this has been reported by multiple people. The Giants are concerned with his maturity. That's been reported.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, the owner's upset, the GM. So, I mean, it's a discussion in the room. The question is, does it affect the team? Well, he's so much better than every other player, it largely does not. Listen, this is why they have combines and interviews. You're trying to find kids who aren't ready for the room. So I think his talent is so ridiculously, generationally great, you deal with his stuff. It's not ideal, but I don't think it tears the team apart.
2 weeks ago, he told Jay Glazer of this network, I want to be out of the limelight. Remember, he went on Jay Glazer's bus. I don't want to be in the spotlight. And where are we the first 2
No,
weeks
but
of the season?
I think
He's in the
that
spot.
might be true. Just because he danced doesn't mean that he wants to be in the
I'm
spotlight.
just old.
But
I'm
from
old
what
for
I've
sure.
heard in the Giants locker room, there's an understanding that this is just who he is.
Yeah.
He's just a very
He's nutty.
big personality, and you can't take away from that, or you'll take away from who he is as
Let
a
him
player
go on the boat
too.
trip. Let him go on the boat trip.